Welcome to the Solomon Show. Thank you so much for watching.
Am I right or am I wrong for expecting my wife to visit my family for the holidays? My wife, 32, and I, 33, married over 2 years ago, and she is still salty about what my parents wore to the wedding.
Wow, okay.
Okay, let's see what they wore. My dad wore jeans with a blazer, and my mom wore a Patagonia
What's
like
that?
vest over
Oh,
a silk shirt that was clearly visible in Crocs. What's a Patagonia?
It's a sporting brand.
Oh, it was like so inappropriate, technically.
well, did you, is it like very casual wedding or did you specify? Because if you didn't, well, it's kind of common sense too. I don't know. I would think you'd try to dress your best, so.
I thought she would like wear a wedding gown or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that was definitely not wedding appropriate attire. And I did tell them what to wear. However, having dealt with them my entire life, I cannot say I'm surprised. She says she is upset because our wedding photos were not nice to look at and she never framed them. You can frame them without the parents?
Yeah.
My dad also yelled at the waiter, which was bad, yes, but she didn't know until after the wedding, and my sister managed to get him under control so it didn't impact the wedding. We fought about this a few days at the end of the wedding, but it died down and we stopped discussing it, partly because my parents lived 7 hours away, so she never interacted with them after the wedding. She told me then she wasn't visiting my family, and I took it to mean that year, which was fine as the memory was too fresh, but she
Yeah.
actually meant never. We had our son 8 months ago, and she refuses to come see my parents for the holidays. I would understand if it was that she wasn't feeling well, but she is feeling amazing because she hiked for hours the previous weekend and wants to go skiing again this season. She basically just doesn't want to interact with my family. My parents are not easy to deal with. My dad is not friendly and he is bitter from being unaccomplished, so that basically has left him with a miserable attitude. However, visiting once a year and sucking it up for a few
Yes.
hours a day when he hasn't actually blown up or made comments towards my wife beyond at the beginning when he said he doesn't liking her profession and not to her face doesn't seem unreasonable for her to dislike him that much. But she refuses, and traveling with an 8-month-old is incredibly difficult. She is still breastfeeding him, but has some frozen milk buildup and thinks I should accept her not wanting to visit my parents by either bringing the frozen milk to feed him for a few days or I go alone. I tried to tell her it is really rude not to at least try to get along, and if there's a fight, she won't need to interact with them again, but she straight up refuses. I feel like I'm being made the asshole for expecting her to do this by speaking with colleagues and close friends. Most family they do not like, and most do not like their in-laws, and still make an effort at least go once a year. But my wife says they ruin their wedding photos, so she's not visiting them, makes them even.
You know what? Okay, first of all, when you take wedding photos, you take a lot of different wedding photos. So you don't have to use the wedding photos with your in-laws.
Yeah.
That's is no big deal. And that's number one. Number two, people mess up. Yes, it was a big mess up, but you got to get over it. People make mistakes. Your husband's going to make a mistake. Does that mean you're never going to see your husband again? Like it to me it's an immaturity thing. And number three, yes, it's extremely rude. You cannot never see them. Like come on. And number four, you can compromise on it. Because I've been there, done that too. All you do is, okay, fine. Rather than staying with the in-laws, you guys get a hotel, and from
Yes.
the hotel, you meet at a restaurant. And do
Yes.
try that for a year, 2 year, whatever.
Mhm.
If you feel comfortable enough, you could try 1 year staying at their house, and if that doesn't work, then you just do the hotel thing. But once a year is not going to kill you, and you do it for your
Exactly.
husband. Come
Yep.
on.
I totally agree. Especially just like a few hours. It's not gonna, like, how much interacting can you do
And it
in
means a
a
lot to
few
your husband.
hours?
Come on.
And they need to meet their grandkid some point.
Yeah, it's not right. You can't deny your grandkid the opportunity for the grandparents.
Parents.
Because sometimes the grandparents mess up, yes, but they try to make it up to you in the way that they treat the grandkids.
Yes.
Like, give them the
Yes.
opportunity. And kids need all the love they can get in the world. So why would you
Yes.
deny that to them? It doesn't make sense to me. What do you think?
I'm looking at it from a different perspective,
Hmm.
and I wonder if they even owned anything nice to wear.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too. Like, maybe they don't have money or whatever. I mean, I went to one wedding where the in-laws they didn't have money, like, and that's fine. But what happened was the daughter-in-law was like, "Okay, mother-in-law, let me take you shopping. Let's go shopping together. We'll pick out dresses for both of us."
Yeah.
And they looked fabulous at the wedding,
Yeah.
and my mom was even like, "Wow, you look beautiful today." And da-da-da. So it was, you could do that too. I mean, come on, help somebody. Maybe they just don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else? Okay, that's it for that one. Time for a quote. Now for our next story.
All right, on to the next story. Back when Dad was still drinking, we had the famous too drunk to eat Christmas. What's that? Drunk. Is that drunk?
I have no idea.
He and my mom were always at each other's throats.
Oh,
Well, pretty much all the time. My mom was always much more difficult to get along with around the holidays. She had given him an ultimatum not to drink at Christmas Eve. We always had our Christmas celebration with my mom's family on Christmas Eve at our house. At around 5 p.m., the house would be flooded with aunts, uncles, cousins, and my grandparents. My mom always cooked a huge spread, and everyone brought their special dishes as well. Dad had been helping tidying up the house and getting the dining room ready all afternoon. Several times I had gone to ask him something and he was nowhere to be found. I saw him come in from the garage. I could smell the alcohol on him. By the time the family started to arrive, he was slurring his speech and was unsteady on his feet.
oh my
He was helping
gosh.
someone bring in gifts from their car and fell completely breaking a couple of gifts. He would have thought the embarrassment would have ended there, but no. He went into the dining room and knocked a tray of shrimp onto the floor. That started a spectacular fight between him and my mom that ended him passed out in the recliner in another room while the family tried to enjoy Christmas Eve. In his defense, if I had put up with my mother, I would have been shooting heroin. How he remained married to her for over 50 years is beyond me.
Interesting.
Actually, so they weren't actually asking for advice. They were just like,
Sharing a story?
yep, just sharing a story.
Well, I'll share a story. I have a friend, and her boyfriend at the time would do the same thing too. Drunk, passed out, this and that, and they would fight over it. So she was like, Solomon, can you help me? Sure, but are we going to do it my way? Yes. Promise? Yes. All right, ladies, get the makeup out. So we cross-dressed the guy. And then we took all kinds of funkylicious photos with him. You want this to go on social media? You better not drink or it's going on social media. Solve the problem. You guys have anything you want to add?
Oh no.
No? Okay.
Family
feel
is
bad
therapy.
for
Family
the-
therapy.
I feel bad for the dad. I hope that she or he is able to help the father and convince him to seek help,
For the drinking.
because alcoholism is a true issue and that's just not going to lead anywhere.
Mhm.
And if he hasn't seen it, he's 60, I believe, or it's not going to get any better.
I'm kind of wondering, like, does he not get along with the
The
wife's
mom.
family,
Then
and maybe she acts a certain way, like
yeah.
becomes a holiday Zilla or whatever, and he just can't take it, so he drinks. But I don't know. Or maybe like the daughter tell the mom, you know what, this year I'm gonna take dad out. We're gonna like go eat somewhere, and that's gonna be our Christmas thing. And see, I don't know. Like I don't know. You have to be there, I guess, to really know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, it's story time.
What's the next story?
All right. So this is from when I was a kid. So my family had always hosted Christmas dinner, but we did it on Christmas Eve. It was pretty much Thanksgiving with presents and pork barbecue instead of turkey. One year, my uncle decides that he wants to host it. Keep in mind they have always take out every night, have a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old baby, and his wife is not always on board with his ideas. I'm used to us spending 3 days cooking our heart out like it's for the president, and already knew from the start that he was going to be a grab a few Chick-fil-A nuggets and there's Coke in the fridge type of thing. By the way, if you can't already tell, my family loved to cook, and we cooked a ton for every dinner. I swear it could have gone in Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. We get there, and I already hate it. He has neighbors over, including an insane 6-year-old. It's like a family reunion, and you bring your insane neighbor over, and I was right. We were having Chick-fil-A, and Chick-fil-A is not my favorite. And I used to like it, but I just don't love it. I never did, but especially now, so I grabbed some food and sat down. We had a pretty big house, I will say. They did not. We had 15 people plus the neighbors, so 17, but more than 30 because of how much space that 6-year-old was taking up. And then the cops knock on the door, and guess what? He gets arrested right there in front of everyone.
Wait,
Okay.
who gets
I'm
arrested?
sure you'd be happy. He's
It's the
gone.
uncle.
Oh, the uncle, I thought the crazy neighbor.
He said he gets arrested, right?
I think
So
it's the crazy
oh, it's the
neighbor.
neighbor?
Yeah,
No,
the crazy
not the neighbor.
It's not.
No,
Oh, then
the
boo,
neighbor.
boo.
The neighbor was a 6-year-old. I think it was the uncle, but they didn't. There was no more context. They did not even say what happened. Yeah, I think it was the uncle. I think because it was mostly about the uncle.
I don't know, but in any case, I had to happen to me before. We went to a friend's potluck thing. It was like a friend's reunion thing, and everybody spent all this time cooking up all these dishes, and we were so excited and stuff. And then the host decided to invite over the crazy neighbor, and he just brings over like all those little alcohol drinks I guess you get from the airport or something. Like that's his contribution, but he's like eating up all our stuff, and I'm just like, Yeah. You remember
And
that?
why would you
Leaving
invite
early, I'm like, yeah,
the
I'm leaving.
neighbors? And then why did he say, "Hey, let's host it in my house"? Like, and then I'm knowing that they have a bigger house, they're gonna cook, and then you just grab some Chick-fil-A and invite the insane neighbors.
I think sometimes in life you just gotta kind of roll with it because sometimes those make the best stories. So as long as like you're on a united front and we know like okay this is gonna be kind of crazy, let's just put our little hats on and get our popcorn ready and enjoy the show. If you have that kind of attitude, great. If not,
Yeah.
then just leave early
Okay.
because you don't want to start drama on the holidays.
Chick-fil-A is not cheap.
That's true.
So
Chick-fil-A is not cheap.
if he can afford to cater Chick-fil-A, then he can afford to get something better and more nutritional
Hmm.
and to plan it out better. It just shows you that he's not thoughtful. And it's
Yeah.
just a learning lesson.
Or
Just
maybe he knew that, the crazy neighbors coming and we're not have anything nice out because it's going to be a mess because he has a warrant out for his arrest anyways.
Okay.
Now for another story.
All right.
All right, so I was alone for Christmas and was already planning to spend it alone or head off to see my cousins. Two friends of mine who were in a relationship decided to keep me company on Christmas Day and decided we would have an epic dinner. So anyone who's had to cook for Christmas dinner knows that it pretty much takes hours, right? I didn't even want to do the prep on my own in case didn't turn up. 4 p.m., the agreed time, and I asked them what time they were coming, and they said later. 5 p.m., nobody in sight. 6 p.m., still no one. 7 p.m., I was already feeling depressed and sure they weren't coming, so I turned off the lights and decided I'll sleep the day off and head to town for boxing sales tomorrow. I was living off my girlfriend at that time, so I crawled into the covers and just decided to surf on my phone for a while before falling asleep. Finally, the girlfriend wasn't around as she had gone off to celebrate Christmas down south with her private school friends and jet off to Barcelona. Then at 8, I hear the door knock. The couple turns up expecting that dinner will be ready by 9 since they've brought the chicken. I explained to them that it's impossible since the chicken will take an hour to cook. Not to mention the other preparations had to be done. They were aghast by the fact we couldn't have chicken in 5 minutes or less. So I said I'll just season it and roast it simple to get it over with. Dinner in 1 hour, and we'll just boil up some vegetables. They insist they'll help and will somehow pull through and save Christmas. To their credit, they just wanted to keep me company. I was just beyond caring. We had dinner at 11, and it was the most memorable dinner I've had. After the meal, things were alright, but wow, that was a late dinner. Still the shittiest Christmas I've had. Not that I don't appreciate the company, but it was just a bit of a cop out. Long too long to read. Abandoned by girlfriend, spent the day alone with no internet. Friends came so late for dinner. I gave up an hour before and I was already in bed. Had dinner at 11.
I'm gonna let you guys go first.
Like, you have words with the friends. I really don't appreciate like flakiness. Like, okay, if we're planning on something, or you could like text, say, hey, I'm gonna be late, or like, I don't know if they actually said, hey, dinner is at this time, or to them dinner's at 9. I don't know, but yeah.
I would put money on it that that couple went and had Christmas Eve dinner with their family or friends first, and then showed up your place later out of pity. But we'll
That's
get to that
true.
later. Go ahead. Anything?
I lost my train of thought.
Okay, put that on hold. Let me finish. Let me
Okay,
finish
go
my
ahead.
train ride. If I were him, I would have just, when they show up at 8 o'clock, and be like, oh, what happened? I thought that you guys weren't coming, so 8 already. But thanks for stopping by.
No, that's
Bye.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Close the door. Girlfriend, bye. You left me on Christmas. Bye. You don't leave me on the holidays. That's messed up. Right? Unless you discuss that before and you're okay.
Yeah, maybe they did. You don't
That's
know.
not cool. That's not cool. But for sure, the friends be, oh, I'm so sorry. I already ate. Here, let me pack a to-go thing for you real quick. Okay, I'm going to bed. Bye. Good night. I'm not number 2. Like, that's crazy.
That's true. They might have forgotten about it.
No.
No.
It's Christmas Eve. No way. They already ate. And that's why they brought the raw chicken that they didn't have enough room in the oven for their first party or something.
I'm just wondering how these people are normally, because people that are notoriously late to things, like if you already know that you're dealing with somebody like that, expect them to be late.
You should send the invitation like, hey, this is the time. Like 3 o'clock is dinner time.
I wonder if they already knew this is the type of person that they're inviting.
Oh, okay, true. But let me tell you something. We have some people in our group of friends that are notoriously late. And the other friends ask, wait, how come they come on time to your events? Because they don't know that behind the scenes, I tell them, it's my birthday. You know how I am about my birthday. This is what time it starts. Don't play with me. And they show up on time.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. Did you get your train ticket? Or the train left?
Oh, I already spoke.
Yeah,
That was it? Okay,
Okay.
that's it for this
Yeah.
one.
Right.
This episode, we talked about setting boundaries in your life, and I just kind of want to expand on that a little bit more in today's words of wisdom. So I wanted to say that it's important to know what your boundaries are for yourself. So that's going to take some self-reflection to see what you will and will not put up with. And that's also going to help you identify your triggers in life for you either getting mad, lashing out, feeling uncomfortable, whatnot. So once you figure that out for yourself, then you set those boundaries so that you know when somebody's trying to trigger you, upset you, do whatever they do. You just find a way to excuse yourself from the situation, remove yourself from the situation, and call it a day. That way you can keep it classy and keep it moving and keep it cute. That's super important. So for example, if let's say somebody decides they want to talk about politics at lunch, for example, I'll just say, oh wait, hold on a second. I gotta go to the bathroom right now. Get up, walk away, go to the bathroom, la 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 la, walk around the restaurant a little bit, hopefully they forget. And if they forgot, great, you can change the subject to bring something else up. Or we get back to the table and they mention the politics again, just say, you know, I'm really not sure right now. We should talk about something else and just keep it moving. Another thing I want to say too is that it's important to surround yourself with people with similar values as yourself, especially when you get older, because it's okay to have different beliefs, different, trains of thought, different religions and stuff, because, talking with people that are different than yourself, it helps you grow as a person. But if their core values are different, then that's going to lead to conflict in the future, whether it's conflict between you and that person or conflict within members within your circle and that person, and it can get really messy, trust me. So if you see that whoever it is has values that definitely do not line up with yours, like if they think stealing is okay or X, Y, and Z, it's probably better to just kind of keep them at a distance, because you don't want to be the one that, oh, I brought so-and-so around to girls' night, and, you know, that person offends all the girls, and now they're giving you the side eye like, okay, what's going on with you? Like, why are you bringing this person around? You know what I mean? So just surround yourself with people that you can feel comfortable with 24/7 and not have to worry about, oh, what are they going to say? What are they not going to say? What are they going to do? It just makes life easier and more enjoyable.
If you haven't finished your holiday shopping yet, good luck. I'm telling you from experience, I wouldn't do it online at this point because I always end up getting something crazy instead. One year I was supposed to get a video game. Instead, they gave me red Miss Santa Claus high heel shoes. And then they were trying to tell me that that's what I ordered. I'm like, yeah, right. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to always be kind to one another. Take care.